Okay, hi, welcome everybody. It's Sarah Balascio, board certified art therapist at the Wellness Center, back for our Drawing for Wellness group virtually. And it's really good to see everybody again. Each week we'll be doing a different drawing activity where you can use whatever materials you have at home, whether it's markers or pencils. I even, found some chalk pastels, some oil pastels, snatched my kids' colored pencils. There's lots of options. Before we start, I need to read this waiver every time, which doesn't always apply to us. So feel free to sketch or do whatever while I do this. But I guess you're supposed to also pay attention. In order to make these classes as freely accessible to our participants, we will be using a verbal warning and assumption of risk at the beginning of each class. Participation in this online class is voluntary. Physical activity programs may result in injury, and by participating, you assume the risk of injury that may result from your participation. We strongly recommend that you participate from a space that's suitable for this activity. For example, make sure you have moved nearby furniture and other potential hazards. If you're participating in a yoga class or a class that involves laying on the ground, we recommend using a mat, or if you don't have one, a carpeted area. Participants are encouraged to stop if they experience pain or injury and should seek appropriate medical advice or care as needed. Hopefully that does not happen today. William & Mary Health and Wellness strongly recommend that each participant have an annual physical and follow the advice of your healthcare provider before participating. Okay. So with that out of the way, today we're going to do, I was trying to think of a good title for this, but we're going to do what I am titling a doodad drawing. So I was trying to think of a good word for like doodad or knick-knack or little tchotchke or just a little something. So what I'm going to tell you to do now is anywhere near you, you don't have to go hunting and pecking and far away, but grab any sort of interesting little knick-knack or thing. Mine's not even that interesting, guys. Today I'm going to use a stapler. So it's really not that exciting, but grab any sort of little different, maybe interesting item from nearby. So go ahead and do that now. Okay, I'll meet you back in about 2 minutes. I'm timing you. Just kidding, I'm really not. Okay, I want to make sure the audience can see my drawing paper. And today, all I'm going to be using is colored pencil, and paper. So that's all you'll need. And then my random object is a stapler. Everybody go and get a little something. Let me get my pencil out too. So all you need, oh, look at these neat items. I have a pencil, and then I'm going to add color with colored pencil. And oh my gosh, you guys should, I guess, show them on the screen and I'll announce what people have gotten found. I am using a boring old stapler. Some audience members appear to have some kind of cool rockish thing. Is that what I'm seeing? A fun pink balloon. Let me see, what's that other one? Or you could type it for me too if you don't want to. So, okay, what we're gonna do, what I'm calling the doodad drawing. Take your doodad or your knick-knack or your what have you, and for a minute, take a minute and really inspect this item and think about what would it be like to be this thing? Would it be boring? Would it be exciting? Sorry, somebody's checked. Oh, yep. Would you do hard work like this guy? All this guy's doing is stapling all the time. That's not very fun. And take a minute, what would it feel like to be this thing? And then you can imagine, what would it be like to live a life as this item? And where they live? What kind of environment would they be in? This boring old stapler, poor guy, just has to sit on the shelf and then has to go to hard work and just staple all the time, doesn't really get to do much fun stuff. So think about what it might be like to be your item. and where it resides now. Maybe if your item was like a shell or something that originated someplace else, how does it feel to be where it is now? Okay. Maybe mine wants to go back to like, to Staples, the store. I've been alone too long. Okay, so just kidding, but not. Okay, so then what we're gonna do is create an environment for this little doodad knick-knack, okay? So it could be an item, it could be, sorry, an environment where this guy wants to be, or what it's like where they are now. So imagine the world from the perspective of this little knick-knack doodad, okay? So you can start by, a hint for drawing I've been wanting to say. I think I've said it before, but I am not the type of person that can just be like stapler, boom, and draw it. I like to, well, if it's in front of me, it's good, but if you're trying to say draw from your head like you're going to make a beach scene or something, I personally like to go on my phone or my computer or look at an image from a book. I like to look at something. It's helpful for me, but not for everybody. So what we're going to do now is spend a little time drawing, and what we would be doing in my real life in-person group, I usually put on some relaxing music. So at home you can do that now if you like. Whatever to get yourself in the mood, and drawing is so great for just that, for taking a little break for your brain, right? And focusing on just what's in front of you. It's very mindful because all you're thinking about is the shapes of these items and or your environment. So I'm going to start drawing now. Feel free to watch me. You start on yours, and then what we're going to do is I'll show you mine, my drawing at the end, and share a little bit of my thoughts about it, and then you all can share yours when we turn the recording part off. So this is a really fun way to just get inspired for drawing. So you can maybe adapt your item, like maybe mine wants to lay back and relax. So I'm going to open up my stapler. I think I will do that. So you can go ahead and take a minute to imagine the life of this doodad and what its environment is like. And it's kind of fun to also use this doodad or item that you grabbed and to practice and hone those drawing skills, right? Just like anything, the more you do it, the better. And so noticing all the little details of that item and trying to recreate it on the paper, that's a very mindful activity. We hear that word all the time these days, mindfulness, mindful, let's be mindful. And basically what that means is being in the present moment. The real definition, I guess, by Kabat-Zinn, the person who has become very popular for his mindfulness work, Jon Kabat-Zinn, he says his definition is being in the present moment with intention, non-judgmentally. And you'll hear me say that in this a lot. We're staying away from judgment. Nobody's perfect. None of our artwork is, and things look better when they're not perfect. So we're going to stay away from that judgmental zone. And so I do find that drawing is very mindful in that way, because you're just noticing every little thing on that object right in front of you. And all of its different lines and curves and all of that. And by the way, a lot of my art therapy things are being recorded and are online on the Wellness Center's YouTube channel, and there's a lot of other really neat stuff on there too. Yoga, Tai Chi, what else? There's even one on, there's lots on mindfulness, as we're talking about. There's even one on, from the massage therapist at William and Mary, who we miss so much, and on how to give yourself a massage. I need to watch that and do it. I would love to do something like that. Anyway, there's a lot of neat stuff on there. And gosh, mine is taking a very interesting turn. You guys are going to crack up when I show you what I did with the stapler. So this is just a fun way to get inspired when you're like, what can I draw? I have nothing to draw. Just grab a little doodad or a knick-knack. I was trying to think of other funny words that we use for that. If you have one, feel free to write it in the comments. Doodad, knick-knack, tchotchke. Oh my gosh. You guys are gonna get a kick out of this. Well, if you can't see it, I'll have to hold it up for you. But. And even if your art just turns out to be something for today, that's fun. It's okay, not everything needs to, you know, be some sort of masterpiece. I like to just sketch and doodle. You know, my family has been going crazy with comics. I don't know if you like comics, but my boys are just comic crazy right now, making all sorts of comics about anything, really. Guys, mine is crazy. You're going to get such a kick out of it. And you could even wonder if maybe you have something, you know, if you've ever felt the way this object feels. Because I think I have a little something in common with this stapler, believe it or not, when you see my drawing. So after you go over with pencil, you can start to add color. I wanted to say something too. I don't work for Michael's. I'm not trying to plug them, but I had a great experience with Michael's this week. My kiddos, it's sort of like spring break, so we're trying to do just fun things and not really do schoolwork. And at Michael's, you can order online. So I let them each pick out some sort of art project. You can order online, and then you can do curbside there. So you just drive right up, you've already paid for it, and they put it in the back of your car. There's a lot of neat stuff there if you know, are looking for something to do, a way to spend your time. Although the cool thing about drawing is that it doesn't take much, right? Just paper and something to either draw with or add color. So I'm going to just add a little color. And then part of the fun part of this group really is the sharing and the interacting. So I think in a few minutes, I'll turn the recording off and we can share a little bit. Yeah, so think about what it might feel like to be that doodad, that object. It's interesting to do that when we just kind of go about our day. These creative activities like this are kind of make you think in a little different way, and it gives your brain a nice break from all of our Zoom meetings and all the other day-to-day stuff we're doing these days. I, over the weekend, posted a video of how to make a mask, which I know is kind of an alarming and a strange thing that we're doing, but believe it or not, I kind of enjoyed sewing mine since we all might start to need them eventually. It's being recommended. So that's up on the website too. Now, let me see, I'm gonna add a little more color to mine. And then I'll show you what I did with this stapler. You all are gonna get a kick out of it, I promise. Another thing I like to do is kind of outline whatever it is I'm going to be coloring and then shade in around it. I find that that just has a really nice effect. Okay, a few more details on mine. All right, I'm almost done. Yeah, so I like to usually sketch with pencil first and then go over with whatever, you know, item I'm adding the color with. All right, so you guys can keep going. Just for the sake of this recording, I'm going to share mine, and we'll keep drawing and adding details, and we're going to share ours at the end. But so, as I told you at the start, I picked a stapler. Okay, you guys, if you didn't think I was cuckoo before, get ready, because my stapler went to the beach, put on a bathing suit, I even put a Hawaiian lei on it. I just was thinking, what is it like to be this stapler? And then I thought, gosh, this thing is just working, never gets a break. So I said, maybe my stapler would like to head to the beach. So she just like opened right up, reclined, get on her swimsuit, and that's what she did. So everybody needs to escape and quit working sometimes, right? So there you go, my stapler headed to the beach. Thank you for coming. I'm going to stop the recording now, but we'll keep going. So see you next week.